conversation about jinn, or specifically the Korean, comes up, you start getting a whole mix of different stories between fact and fiction, real and fake. And whenever it comes to the jinn, the worst thing you can do is be afraid of them. Your fear is feeding into them, and I don't care how many times I say this, I'm going to continue to repeat it till the day I die. Fearing the jinn is what they want, and how they consume energy and how they survive and get stronger. Now, of all the jinn, the one that's causing the most amount of problems in your life is the Korean. Its job is to be the devil on your shoulder, to sit there and make you impulsive, to make you fall to temptation, to do all these negative acts, to commit haram. And the quickest way to empower the Korean is by celebrating your birthday. Birthday parties are rituals. Every ritual that has ever existed at any point in time consists of 3 parts. It's intention, meditation, and energy source. They light the candles, they sing a mantra around a fire, and then make a wish at the end of it. That is, so the meditation source of a birthday party is when you are staring off in those candles, that moment of bliss where you're just zoned out entirely on the flame. The energy source is a multitude of things. It's going to be the people around you that's singing the mantra that is pumping energy into this ritual. It's going to be the flame from the candle. The offering to the jinn is the cake. And then your intention of this ritual is going to be the wish, whatever wish you keep to yourself. Now, what's really fascinating about the Korean is they hear everything. And a lot of the time people don't realize that they're doing these spells and they're wishing upon things that they don't actually want to come true. You should always be careful of the things you say when you think nobody's listening. There might be something in the corner. Just one set of intention of jealousy and destruction from somebody you have close to you can turn it directly into a curse. And this is exactly why birthday parties aren't even haram. They are celebrating the jinn. Now, the specific jinn it's celebrating is your Korean. The Korean is a jinn that is assigned to you at birth. The Korean's best trick is to make you impulsive. Convincing you to make decisions on the fly and falling into these temptations and impulses is the best thing it can do. It doesn't really have much strength outside of that. All it takes is a little bit of work ethic, a little bit of discipline and self-control, and they just leave you alone. Their whole job is to make you fall into temptation, to make you be lazy, to fall into substances, just all these different haram actions. And when you ignore them and go the opposite direction, you take all their power away. They need your mistakes to fuel their own life. Most people don't really understand why I did rituals for so many years and then reverted to Islam. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, Islam does not pray or bow to Lucifer. That is Christianity. This took years. The only person I talk to every day of my life is a Muslim man. And we would argue all the time on the phone about our beliefs, and we would share different experiences, different stories, and what we believed in. First of all, it was jinn I was working with when I had experiences that related to the Quran. Muslims are the only one with a monotheistic belief that understand the spiritual world correctly. Now, there are a lot of evil jinn. There's a lot of jinn that are here to cause problems and move us away from God. And the reason why Muslims have this correct and everybody else don't is because of free will. And I don't advocate working for the jinn. Don't do what I did. But back to the point on how and why I became Muslim. My best friend that I speak to every day is like an uncle to me. He's the one that I go to for guidance. He's the first person I called when I got kidnapped and ended up having to jump out of a car on the freeway and almost lose my life. An African-American Muslim man has shown me more love than my own family has. So that off of principle, I've always had my heart open to the Quran and open to Islam. So I kept studying the Quran, I kept learning. And every time I would learn more, I would get this overwhelming feeling of peace. It was the first moment in my life where all pain was removed out of me, a true painless, peaceful moment. And I can tell you for a fact, throughout everything I've studied, the Quran is the truth. Another big one is daily, consistent prayer. And I understand if you're not Muslim, you probably don't pray 5 times a day. And it really doesn't matter to me. But please, guys, start praying frequently. The better your connection is with God, the better it's going to be for you.